Hi, I am Dr. Chandrasekhar Narayan Makhare. I am the Professor of Cardiology and Head of the Department of Cardiology at Ruby Hall Clinic, which is an eminent and well-reputed multi-speciality hospital in Pune. I am also heading Cardiac Catheterization Laboratory. We have got facility of 3 cardiac cath labs, and I am proud to tell you that I am heading that particular department. I am DMD in cardiology and Fellow of American College of Cardiology, Fellow of American Society of Cardiovascular Angiography and Interventions, and Fellow of Cardiological Society of India. Today what we are going to discuss is about one of the common problems which is hurting us is coronary artery disease, which leads to acute heart attack, or in medical terms what we call it as a myocardial infarction. It is one of the most dreaded disease. Day by day it is affecting younger generation. In yesteryears it used to be in the patients of 60s or 70s, but now we are seeing the patients of as young as 19 or 20 years of the age. So it is really alarming. The other truth is also true that about 25% of the patients don't reach hospital. In fact, they die before reaching hospital. So we are really concerned about this disease. What are the signs and symptoms about this? That is what we are worried about. So they manifest as acute chest pain, or they will manifest as giddiness, ongoing pain with sweating, vomiting, and the pain is a classical, which is over the left side of the chest, radiating to left arm, at times jaw or back. Most of these patients, they need immediate medical attention, to start with the ECG and then immediately hospitalization and further evaluation. These patients on arrival to the hospital can be treated with thrombolysis. That means we give a drug to dissolve the clot, because clot is one of the major factors which is occluding blood vessels which are supplying blood to the heart. That is called as a coronary artery disease. The other methodology of treatment is primary angioplasty. That means if the angioplasty is done within a stipulated period of 90 minutes from onset of chest pain, then the muscle of the heart can be saved, because the longer the duration of the blockage, the more muscle becomes non-functional, and this may have got no benefit afterwards. So if one of your relations who is getting it, or your friend, if doctor is advising you the primary angioplasty, in his way he is true, but of course it can be offered at a particular center which is capable of doing this. After this, all these patients will undergo the angiography if required angioplasty, but there may be certain number of the patients who are advised the surgery, but that is usually at a later elective date. The treatment of this modality is of course so costly, and can we prevent this? Can we prevent the heart attacks? Because most of these heart attacks eventually lead to dysfunction of the heart and disability. That means we are losing a major youth or major chunk of population because of the sequelae of these heart diseases. This can be prevented. Yes, of course this can be prevented to certain extent. The first and foremost important is a lifestyle management. The lifestyle management means what? We used to live in the previous generations, if you remember, people used to work on a farms and field, they used to walk a lot. That was a part of their daily habit. But nowadays, we are going either by the motorcycles or car or bus, and we are not paying attention for a walking. Walking is the best exercise. A 30 minutes brisk walk per day is good for the heart. If possible, you can do jogging. As the patient's age advances, more than 50 or 60, then the exercises such as the isotonic exercises or isometric exercises, or let us call it as those which are done in a gym, they are not really permissible, but they can do the walking, which is the best exercise. The next other type of the exercises what you can opt for is yogas, meditation. Yes, they will definitely help. By doing this yoga or samadhi or meditation or transcendental meditation, it controls the heart by altering what is called as kundalini, which has been described in our Ayurveda and previous literature. If these patients are diabetic or any person who has got a diabetes need to take a control of the diabetes, the blood sugar should be frequently monitored and it should be well under control. Keep it in the mind that diabetes itself is considered to be the one risk factor as far as coronary artery disease or ischemic heart disease is concerned. The same is true for the hypertension also, that means high blood pressure. Both of these, they need to be controlled. One thing which I want to emphasize here, that the diabetes and blood pressure, they can be controlled but they can never be cured. Once you are diabetic or high blood pressure, it is there with you lifetime. You need to take the regular medications and need to have the regular medical follow-up. Other risk factors which are equally important are the smoking. Smoking or tobacco in any form is always harmful for the patient's heart and blood. They will lead to a high blood pressure. So refrain from the smoking. Either if you can quit in a one day, well and good. If you can't, at least you should start ceasing slowly and get rid of it. Alcohol is also equally true, because alcohol itself is a direct toxin to the heart. So try to minimize the alcohol. There is a myth in the society that wine is good for the heart. Yes, there are certain papers, there is a literature which is supporting it, but the hard drinks and the amount of the drink which matters a lot. So try to avoid the alcohol. And in our society, it is not the alcohol alone, but whatever the snacks what you eat along with it, it increases the salt intake, which is harmful for the blood pressure, and also the oily things which you like while taking the alcohol, that adds to the other problems. The diet should be a balanced diet. It should be the high protein, preferably balanced calories, and you should have vitamins and other fresh fruits. So to have this, yes, those who are non-vegetarian, they can eat non-vegetarian food, but it should be preferably boiled rather than smoked, or whatever the curry or seasonings what we add, it is always bad for the heart. Because whenever you are processing the food, you add a lot of oxidative stress to that, and this leads to the formation of the clot or atherosclerosis. The other antioxidant tablets you can have along with that. The other important that your part of the meal should have a lot of salads and green leafy vegetables, which are more advisable. The fresh fruits, yes, they are always good for both heart as well as digestive system. The milk you should take without a cream on it, and buttermilk is always advisable. The other things what you should think about is patients who have got a family history of the ischemic heart disease. That means if any of your parents or any of your siblings is suffering from the heart disease or high blood pressure or diabetes, these patients should be screened regularly. Particularly after 40 years of the age, a 40th checkup is mandatory, which will include ECG, echocardiography, and if required, stress test, and in a select group of the patients, a CT scan can be done for the coronary angiography. So you can sort of predict whether this particular person is at a risk of getting a heart attack or not. So patients who have got a strong family history, they should also evaluate them regularly. So in nutshell, this can be prevented by modifying a lifestyle which includes the 30 minutes of the exercise per day, or at least walking, a healthy diet, spiritual thinking, meditation, avoid stress, being friendly with your environment, and try to enjoy the environment. And those persons who have got a family history, they should be little extra careful. Of course, if the patients are given medications, by a doctor, it should be followed regularly. Thank you very much.